And welcome to Barca News. It is September 30th, 2025, and Josep Maria Bartomeu is in more legal trouble. We're going to talk all about it. Also, today, Barcelona held an ordinary meeting with its Socis announcing the accounts for the past fiscal year. We also have the numbers. And finally, great news in regards to the Spotify Camp Nou. We have a lot to discuss. So let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and I'm bringing you this live video, not on a podcast day. This is not a podcast. This is simply because I had an incredibly long day. I've been working. I just stopped working like 15 minutes ago. Since it's pretty late, I don't have time to shoot the videos, edit them, upload them. So instead, I'm doing this short live stream. I'm not going to address the comment section. This is just to bring you the news as fast as possible before it gets too late. And, well, tomorrow I got to be up early again. Anyways, let's begin with the news because, ladies and gentlemen, Josep Maria Bartomeu, the former Barcelona president, is in legal trouble. More legal trouble than the one I told you about yesterday. Now, if you missed yesterday's podcast, I told you about how a judge had decided to charge Bartomeu with embezzlement. Why? Because in 2022, Laporta brought forward a complaint accusing Bartomeu of embezzlement because there was a lot of transactions where Bartomeu was spending crazy amounts of money, 33% commissions in signing up players, and that just did not look right. It seemed like, well, this guy was stealing or embezzling. So Laporta brought a complaint forward in 2022. There's been an investigation going on for more than 2 years, and well, now this investigation has revealed that there's enough evidence to charge Bartomeu with embezzlement. Now, that was yesterday's news. Today's news, well, Bartomeu is in more legal trouble because now the prosecutor's office have filed a document with the court accusing Bartomeu and his close associates of unfair administration for the payment of what they consider illegal commissions that total 13 million euros of damage to Barcelona. Now, some examples of these commissions, we have the Malcolm case when Barcelona signed Malcolm. 10 million euros were paid to intermediaries that had no contract with the club. It was kind of like, hey, you want 10 million? Here you go. You're an intermediary now. Mind-blowing. Also, 1.7 million euros paid to a lawyer named Jose Angel Gonzalez Franco for the settlement of Neymar case, which the prosecutor's office also considered illegal because that big amount of money should have gotten approval from the board. No approval there. And also 1.5 million euros paid in commissions for the Espai Barca project, which includes, of course, the renovation of the Camp Nou for a total of 13 million euros that the prosecutor's office considers commissions that were illegal that were paid out by Bartomeu. So the prosecutor's office have brought forward a document accusing Bartomeu of unfair administration. This is, of course, a separate charge from the embezzlement charge that the judge has decided to investigate Bartomeu for because, well, those 33% commissions that he was paying out, that just does not add up. And what it looks like, or it could be, that, well, Bartomeu and his associates were stealing, right? If the commission is 10 million, you put on paper it's 30, you pay out 10, you pocket 20. Well, we'll see what the investigation or the lawsuit will reveal. Now, Bartomeu did respond to the charges of embezzlement. He issued a pretty long response, pretty long statement. I've read it. I've summarized it. I'm not going to read it to you because it's incredibly long. So pretty much, here's the gist of it. In regards to the Neymar case that Bartomeu was involved with because there was some suspicious payments there, he stated that, well, that he was tried before and acquitted. In regards to the Barca gate, that's when Bartomeu was accused of hiring PR firms and paying them from the club's money to trash talk people like Pep Guardiola, Messi, Piqué, etc., etc. He said that, well, from the beginning, he expressed his willingness to testify. And regarding the Negreira case, Bartomeu said that he had complied with judicial proceedings and when summoned, and that he even provided statement in open court. And as far as the complaint that Laporta filed against him in 2022 for embezzlement, Bartomeu said that while he's learned as soon as he learned from the media that had happened, that complaint had been filed, he immediately offered his cooperation both to the public prosecutor office and also to the judiciary. So in other words, Bartomeu's response to all this said, hey man, I've been arrested a bunch of times. Sometimes I've been acquitted, and other times I was willing to cooperate. So therefore I'm innocent. I don't know. I don't know if that's an actual defense, but whatever. Of course, innocent until proven guilty. So we'll see what happens with the charges and how, the case rolls out. And of course, I'll be here to tell you all about it. Now, from Bartomeu, we move to Joan Laporta because today the board of directors held an ordinary meeting with its Socis where they revealed the financial documents to the Socis for the fiscal year 2024-2025. And while the club reported an operating profit of 2 million euros. That means when you take all the money that Barcelona spent and all the money Barcelona made and you subtract them, Barcelona's in the plus. 2 million euro profit for the club. This is the second season in a row that Barcelona report an operating profit, because for many years we were, of course, in the negative. We were losing money. And when Laporta activated the economic levers, yes, that year we had profits, but that they don't count it because it was due to the economic levers, so it was a temporary thing. But without the levers, this is the second season in a row that Barcelona have reported an operating profit. But here's the kicker. That's before taxes. Once you pay taxes, well, it turns out Barcelona are negative 17 million in losses. And of course, Laporta and the board saying, well, let's just look at the profit, the operating profit, and this shows that the club is improving. Yeah, but it's not really a profit, is it? Because once you pay the taxes, and you have to pay the taxes, you've actually lost money. But anyways, let's look at the positive like Laporta wants us to do and say, oh, well, the operating profit has been, there's been an operating profit for 2 seasons in a row, not really. And this is what Victor Font used to criticize, right? When he came out and talked about, because Laporta was bragging, we're reporting profits. And Font is like, it's not profits. This is just, you're playing with the numbers. And while here, Laporta playing with the numbers again. Now, I'm sure we're going to get more details about the exact numbers of all the other operations of Barcelona. And of course, I will be here to report all about it. Now, for this fiscal year, the 2025-2026 fiscal year, Barcelona have forecasted a 4 million euro profit. And the goal is to have a third season in a row of achieving operational profits. They also want to achieve a new record in sponsorships and marketing revenue, which with the opening of the Camp Nou pretty soon, well, that should not be a problem. Now, speaking of the Camp Nou, we do have great news in regards to our home stadium, our fortress, the historical Camp Nou, because as I reported before, Barcelona are aiming to return to the Camp Nou by October 18th. That's the Girona match. Of course, the initial return was Phase 1A that only held 27,000 people. But given that this return has been delayed so much, it looks like Barcelona will be able to return to Phase 1B directly, which houses 45,000 people, and what UEFA requires for the stadium to be able to host Champions League matches. Well, the good news is that Barcelona on their website are already selling tickets for the Camp Nou, for the match, Champions League match against Olympiacos. And also, UEFA have listed the Camp Nou as the stadium for the Olympiacos match, which is on October 21st, which means that it's looking very, very likely that Barcelona will indeed be back at the Camp Nou by the Girona match on October 18th, and the third Champions League fixture against Olympiacos will be held at the Camp Nou, which I gotta say, I cannot wait. I miss our stadium, and I will be very, very happy when I finally see our team back in it. Now, let's end this video with a quick statement by Deco, because Deco gave an extensive interview where he talked about all kinds of things, renewals, signings, etc., etc. But one statement jumped out at me, which is when he was asked about Nico Williams. And I know we're rehashing this from the past, but I thought it was interesting because Deco was asked, do you think the Nico Williams operation was a failure? And this is what Deco said. There was no failure. We simply set the club's conditions, then the negotiations had to be put on paper. in contracts. And we said that we did not accept the conditions they were imposing on us because no player is going to dictate terms to us. And in the end, nothing happened. We gave them deadline to respond. They did not respond. They went their way, and we went ours. Now, I really like these statements. Why? Because, of course, when the whole Nico thing fell through, everybody was like, failure, ha, 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 look at Barcelona getting embarrassed, blah, blah, blah. And I said, look, if Barcelona think Nico Williams is the player that they need, they should go for him. Try, hey, we're interested in you. We want to sign you. This is what we have to offer. You want to come? Great, welcome. Not, bye. That's it. There's no more to it. There's no like, oh, well, he rejected us, so no, we shouldn't go after him. Oh, look, we tried to sign him, but he snubbed us, so it's a big embarrassment. It's not. That's business. If you think a player is good for you, you reach out to them, you make them an offer. They either come or they don't. End of the story. It's not a failure. It's not anything else. There's been plenty of players that have said no to us before. Every club has had players that have said no to them before. It's just how it works. You're not going to be able to sign every player you set out to sign. And not every player who wants to play at your club is going to get that opportunity either. So I don't know what the whole big deal was, but Deco here shedding some light on it. And, well, I agree with the statements. I don't think it was a failure. We went for it. He didn't want to. Well, his loss. Anyways, that is all for this video or this live. I'm going to go live in a few moments again to bring you more news, more specifically about tomorrow's match against PSG in the Champions League. So stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. And as always, Visca Barça.